Hey, welcome guys back to another video on the best solar channel on the planet. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how we developed the most powerful solar AI calling system. So this whole thing came about because I've had my own call center, and I'm telling you, if you've owned a call center, if you've been a part of a call center, or you know anything about it, you know that it's very difficult to. That's probably the most tedious part of the entire process. Just training, onboarding, hiring, firing, managing setters. It's just a very, very tedious task. It's a full-time job. Somebody has to do it, right? So our biggest frustration was, setters missing calls, they giving up too quickly, not following the script. A lot of leads as a result were basically slipping through the cracks, and because of that, that hurts your cost per acquisition. If people are not following the sales process, your cost per acquisition is going to go through the roof, right? So right around a year and a half to 2 years ago, I was like, well, the AI is starting to, you know, come around, and everybody was kind of starting to talking about AI and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, but it just doesn't sound very very good. I mean, it sounds very robotic. It sounded too scripted. It wasn't really engaging, so I didn't really buy into the idea until a prototype was kind of presented to me, and we decided to give it a shot. And so it started working okay, but again, it was not the way the AI itself sounded, but the whole system on the back end. If you stay to the very end of the video, I'm going to kind of lay out all the details so you understand exactly what I'm referring to. But the whole back end of it was very, very badly put together. And I just think that the people didn't know any better. But after that, there was a lot of different developers that you just had to cut a check here for 5,000, cut a check there for 10,000, cut a check there for 20,000, and 6 figures later, we finally have arrived to have an actual finished product to where it works. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you kind of like what improvements we made initially. So what we found was that um, the first prototype that we had, it wasn't really good. So we had to make it a lot better. The main mistakes that were made with the first prototype was that it was just making too many mistakes on the back end, booking people, getting the time zones wrong because we were calling in multiple states and stuff. So we had to make it we had to make the back end system like super robust. So I'm gonna just run through all the things that we did to actually make it better. So now it sounds a lot more natural, right? It sounds like you're talking to a real human, right? It's and none of that bullshit with you know the Air AI the first came about, and now everybody's trying to go after them. I think they're getting sued or something, but that all sounded very, very robotic. It's not really, it doesn't sound very authentic. So we had to make it sound supernatural. Okay. So instead of robotic responses, we train it with real human intonations and pacing. How do we actually do that? Well, we have a lot of conversations that we feed the AI with, and the AI could basically understand, okay, this is the flow that we want you to follow in an interaction with a customer, right? So adaptive conversations. AI doesn't actually just read the scripts. It listens, it responds, it handles objections. It can tell when the lead's hesitant or knows how to push for the appointment, right? It has we managed to build a relentless follow up systems, because usually setters, if you have a setting team, like a setters team or SDRs, whatever you want to call them, they give up after a few calls, right? Especially if you don't put them on a dialer. If you want them to call leads out of a CRM, like Go High Level, for example, you forget about it, because they're not going to do as well as somebody who either has a dialer or just straight up AI. So the AI will call, the way we have it right now is it will call the lead on day one as the lead is being generated. It will call the lead 10 times on day one and follows up for, I have a 14 days here, but we actually follow up for about 60 days. Like, we don't let the lead off the hook unless they block our numbers. I mean, we have unlimited amount of phone numbers, so we can call them from, all different kinds of phone numbers. But the key here is that the AI is basically relentless. I mean, it will call the lead until the lead answers the phone. Okay. It has a dynamic scheduling integration. So the AI will actually book the appointment in real time and sync with our calendar. Okay. No need for human intervention. It fills up your calendar automatically, right? We actually managed to fix one of the biggest mistakes was, or I should say not mistakes, but one of the biggest setbacks was that it was always getting the time zones wrong, and people will be like really pissed off about that, right? So it actually, it understands based on either the area code or the address. It understands that the person is in Central Time or Pacific Time or Eastern Time, and it will book the appointment accordingly to the lead's time zone. Okay. And it's very scalable, right? It doesn't matter if you have 10 leads in your CRM or 10,000 leads or a million leads. AI can handle them all at once, like simultaneously. So that's pretty much um, one of the things that the AI can do is it can handle any amount of volume, right? Now, how the AI would actually outperform a human setter. Human setters can take hours or even days to follow up with leads. AI calls within seconds of a lead submission. So imagine the lead sees an ad, right? The homeowner sees an ad, and then they go through the form, they go through the form. As soon as they press submit, the AI calls them within 3 to 5 seconds and is already calling them. So the response rate, the answer rate, because usually solar companies are mostly complaining about, oh, leads are not answering the phone. It is impossible for leads to not answer the phone if you call them right away. But a human, is very difficult to do it for a human because you only have so much bandwidth. The AI doesn't have a problem with bandwidth. The AI can call 10 leads or 100 leads come in at once, and it doesn't matter. It will handle them just as well. Okay. Another thing is persistence. Human setters give up after a few call attempts, right? The AI will call the lead 10 times on day one. It will continue to call the leads for 60 days, right? It will continue to call the leads for 60 days. I mean, we could set that number to infinity. It doesn't have to be 14 days, it doesn't have to be 16 days. It could be a year. We tell the AI, hey, listen, up until the first week, you follow this cadence. From week 1 to week 3, you follow this cadence. From week 3 to week 6, you follow this cadence. And then from week 6 on out, you just call them twice a day, morning and afternoon, and that's it, right? So we can do whatever we want with it. We can set it up however we want, and it will always listen to us. It's not going to be like appointment setter that we just give it commands and they kind of like do as they please. This does exactly the way it is set up. Next thing is cost efficiency. The human appointment setter will cost three to 10,000 a month in salaries, commissions, and training, right? AI has a low fixed cost with no salaries, no commission, and no HR headaches. Consistency and reliability. Human setters, you and I know this, they lose motivation. You always have to make sure they're pumped, like they're ready to go, they're ready to, crush the day. And you have to do all these like little pep talks every single morning in order for your team to actually produce as well as they can. And a lot of times they cannot really produce as well as you want them to because they have other shit in their life going on. They have their baby mama calling them, they have personal issues, this and that. And so, it is impossible right? If you, especially if you have a big enough team, it's impossible for everyone to be working at 100% on any given day. It is just impossible. The AI, on the other hand, will work 24/7, never gets tired, never misses a follow up, never slacks off, and so on and so forth. You can actually, for scalability, scaling a human team will require for you to do a hiring campaign. You have to now, do a lot of interviewing. You have to do training. You have to manage these people. You have to make sure they follow the protocol that you want them to follow, like the whole nine. And the AI can handle thousands of leads at once without any extra cost or effort. The AI could also handle objections, right? It remembers every single conversation, adjusts responses in real time, and follows up relentlessly. While the human setters, they will naturally forget the script or not look at the script, or get frustrated and kind of go totally off track or script, and they might be, a lot of times they just, if a homeowner presses them a little bit too harshly, they just lose confidence, and they forget to even handle the objection. They just straight up give up on the call. Well, the AI would never do that, right? So we've ran so many tests where the AI followed up with a lead, right? We actually had, because we track every single time how many calls it took to get a lead, from the point they came in to the point they actually got scheduled. We've had, I mean, this is super regular, but the AI followed up with a lead for 28 times before they finally answered the phone and booked that appointment. A human setter would have stopped after, let's say, call 8, right? So that's the difference. That is the difference between a human setting team and AI, right? So, how the system works exactly, I'll tell you how it works. So, the AI itself, there's an inbound and an outbound function. What I mean by that is, if you have a list of leads, let's say you have 5,000 leads or 10,000 leads or 20,000 or 100,000, right? I have companies that we've worked with that have over 1 million leads in their database, and they're just sitting there dormant, and no one's really hitting them up. So those leads are just kind of sitting there, right? Well, the way that it works, it will call the lead, right? On all the leads to come in real time, it will call the lead instantly upon entry. So as soon as they submit a form, right, the AI calls them within 3 to 5 seconds, and it starts essentially going through the script. Okay. The best thing about that is that we have an AI detection system, so you can see if the person actually detected whether or not this is AI calling or not, right? And so far, I have never seen this. How good the AI is. I have never seen anybody detect that this is AI, and we've done hundreds of thousands of calls. Okay, up until this point, it's safe to say that it's a pretty robust system. Two, it can actually handle objections, like I was saying, and it will qualify the lead to your liking. So it knows how to handle responses like, I need to think about it, I'm not sure if I qualify, I don't have time right now, or I don't want solar, I don't like the idea of solar, or is the panels going to damage my roof, or I don't think I qualify for solar, or I think solar is too expensive. It knows everything. Why? Because we've trained it based on our calls. We've extrapolated our best call recordings from our call center. We transcribed it and we fed the AI with those scripts. And now, and with the prompts and all the information that we gave it, we pretty much have a perfect system, right? And on top of that, it would also adjust the script in real time to basically push the conversation forward. We have an automated follow-up. So if the lead doesn't answer, like I was saying, this is true. Like, the AI will call 10 times on day one. So imagine imagine you submit a form, the AI calls you right away. If you hang up on it, it will call you right away. If you hang up on it, it will call you again, right? So that's how it works. That's one of the functions. If you hang up on the AI, it will call you again, right? And so it will also send you a text to remind you, hey, this is us calling, right? And it will tell you, hey, we're trying to call you from this phone number to make it even more familiar. So you're always top of mind. So on top of the AI calling, we actually have a pretty robust SMS system going out, just to make sure that we stay top of mind. So eventually people end up, answering the calls. If you don't get a response, though, what I was saying earlier, the AI could call until infinity because it's your call. The AI could call for 60 days, 90 days, 100 days, or to infinity. It can call every single day you want it to call, right? And the SMS reminders are sent in between calls to re-engage the leads. And it has the an appointment booking integration. So the AI will book the appointment according to the lead's time zone and into your Go High Level or any CRM of choice. Okay, it will send confirmation texts. We can even call. We can even call the individual right before the appointment just to make sure that they're going to actually show up, right? Just to stay top of mind. Now, how you can start you can start using AI to book and qualify your solar appointments. So first things first is this. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below. If you want to actually demo the AI, if you want to know exactly how this will work for you, whether you are a solar agency that's looking to pretty much, resell this, I'm going to show you exactly how to build your agency and scale it to, 10, 20, 50,000 a month and beyond. Or if you're a solar company or a dealer that just want to hire or get rid of all your setting team and use AI instead, then feel free to schedule a call by clicking on the button down below. And I'm going to show you, I promise you, it's going to be me. I'm taking on these calls right now myself. I'm going to show you exactly how AI would absolutely crush for you. Okay. So please do not book a call if you just want to kind of hear how it sounds or this and that. I'm telling you, this AI is not just about the way it sounds. It's also a lot of things on the back end. We have a phone rotation system. We have an auto detect. So essentially, if your phone number is jeopardized of being shown as a scam likely phone number, the system automatically gets rid of that phone number and gets replaced in real time. So we have a phone number hygiene. I'm telling you, this is very, very high level. Like, I have seen a lot of AIs on the market. Nothing comes close to this. So if you are interested on how you can blow up your business using AI and you actually want to demo it, then make sure you schedule a call down below. And if you have any questions about AI, I'm going to be putting a lot of videos talking about it because I thought initially I was just going to do it for myself, but then I was like, that's not taking bread off my table. So I might as well open it up for everybody else because it's true. It's really not. You're not hurting me by using it for yourself. And I want to help you guys out. I know that we've developed an amazing product. We spent a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money try to get it to where it is. And it's absolutely beautiful. You get your own custom, or your clients, if you're an agency, get your own custom dashboard. You have your own portal, like the whole nine. All right. I'm super excited. But like I was saying, if you want to learn more, please schedule a call using the link below. Hope this video was of value to you. I'm telling you, AI is not the future. AI is already here. And if you're not using it, you're falling behind. Peace.